Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P-Funk, thinking right out here in the lab. And I'm back in the book. I got a nice little lesson for you. I'm going to put a little freestyle in here, put my little lessons in there off the book. So it's about to be fun. It's a Q&A. And I like doing that. Why? Answering the questions. So let's go. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in my stories for life. I give you life lessons. You tune into receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission, and that's what I'm on. It's to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline. Practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get it together. So I ask the question, do you know you? You will when I'm through? Yeah, because that's what I do. It's rhetorical, but if you don't have the answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm your spiritual alarm clock, here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself, and to my yacht, be true. Speaking of my yacht, we're going to get into the next level. I just got finished giving you lesson 2 in the book. So this is the question and answer section of the book. And as you read through the book to find out if you're understanding what you're reading, they give you a little question and answer section in the back. Question that you may have. I'm going to answer a few of them right quick for you. Hopefully give you a better understanding and interpretation of what we're trying to do. I'll show you a picture of, this is the tree of life. This is how it's going to break down. I'm going to explain Ra, Mayat, Hethadu, Tahuti, Shu, Tafnu, Gab, Moot, Anu, Assad, Aset, Set, Nephet, Haru, and Anubis, or Ampu. These are all aspects of your character, of you. Not to know. All of these reside in you. So I hope I can get that point across, because the question now, the first question, excuse me, right thinkers, this is question and answer period. Now, first question. What is the tree of life in terms of the vehicle to achieve higher consciousness, aka to know thyself? This is the blueprint. So I'm going to take you through it, break it down. That's the question. Now here's the answer. I'm going to enhance the answer with other stuff, information. So yeah, this is the answer. The question was the tree of life, how the vehicle to achieve higher consciousness, aka to help me know thyself? A tree, the tree of life, is like a ladder. Jacob's ladder in Masonic order. The ladder does what? If you will, it is a web of connections that connects the physical with the spiritual. Let's understand that first of all. Physical is the body, okay? Spirit is what's inside the body. We're spiritual beings having a human experience. We're human because we're in a physical form. Please understand that. I want to move on, but I want to have that clarity. So the tree, in the sense, is like the ladder that makes a connection. Ordinarily, you think of a tree that rises up from the ground, the roots from the ground up, okay? But philosophically and metaphorically, we're going to use the tree as coming from there, the roots up there, coming down, okay? Watch this. Now, ordinarily, you think the tree rises, okay. But in actual connections, the earth, it actually connects the earth to what? The sky. Excuse me. And from the ground, and the tree comes up from the earth, watch this, from the seed that's planted in the earth. We got that concept. Now, but it raises up its what? Trunk, and then spreads out its branches. And these are every aspect is a branch of the tree. That's the concept. And at the top, you see they have what? The sky. And at the bottom, you have earth. Pet, ta. Two different concepts, but in the same place, all right? But you can learn to what? Climb the tree of life and get to the top also by what? Practicing, emulating, and mastering each one of these aspects of yourself. That's how. And likewise, you can climb the tree of the Anuian theurgy. That's what we're climbing right now. We're doing the Anuian theurgy where Ra is God. But the tree of life of the Anuian theurgy is an arrangement, watch this, of gods and goddesses of nature, Netaru, who are connected, and their connections, that which binds them, also allows their principles. There you go, right there. Wait for that word. These are all principles, not people. They're principles and concepts to be understood in a holistic way, in a holistic manner by what? Extending from one to the other, like going up the rails on the ladder, one to the other, and encompassing each one of them as you go to reach from earth to heaven. The concept has always been there. This is how we try to, okay, never mind the concept. How you get the blueprint to get there? We gave you the answers. We gave you the blueprint. And all of them play a role in your character. And when you get all of them together, self-mastery. Calm down. Next question is, I just showed you the diagram of the gods and goddesses from the tree of life, the tree of the Anuian theurgy. Theurgy is the study of God. Gods, okay? Theurgy. I understand that. It's a philosophy. And next question is, well, what's the purpose of the Netaru? Good question. Again, I just showed you that for a purpose and a reason. I'm going to break them down aspect as aspect. They got it right here, but I'm going to enhance it a little bit. So let's go. The answer to that question, what is the purpose of Netaru? For you to know you. All these blueprints, aspects, like that's in the Bible, basic instruction before leaving earth. We had that too. Moving on. But the Neter, singular, one, Neter is one. The supreme being, we call him God. The ancients didn't have a word for God. Neter, okay? That's what we call God. So we can use it and understand, please, that we didn't call God God. Understand that? So being the supreme being, we know everything emanates what we call cosmic forces, all elements emanation from the one supreme being. Those cosmic forces we call Netaru. Neter, one. Everything after him is Netaru. We're plural, like the S on what we got. So now in modern terms, we call Netaru, or now God and goddesses. They was elements, cosmic forces, elements, and principles that you can practice and be like. We getting there. Watch this. So now from the supreme being, God and goddesses. And those God and goddesses are given, listen, specific tasks. If Shu represents air, that's all he gonna do. Aset represents wisdom, that's all she gonna be. See what I'm going to? The ego, he don't give a damn. He gonna be who he is. That's what he do. The concept, and they all work for the same person. That's the connection that all come together. And all religions trying to get to God, I know that too. That's the respect I have for them. Now, how they practice it, another lesson. But I understand what the purpose. Okay. Again, Neta, I'm showing you right here. We got the same concept. They are cosmic forces and elements that have different vibrations, different manifestations in time and space. They also have particular colors. 7 colors of the rainbow. Each one of these God and goddesses represent a color. And watch this. And colors have a way of feeling your mood, okay? And for more insight into this Netaru, see the following diagrams. Just what I showed you in the beginning. That's what they're going to break down for you. Again. Ra, sun. Shu, air. Tafnu, water, okay? Nu, heaven. Gab, earth. Those are 5 elements. After that, the spirit becomes what? Matter. That's us in the flesh. Okay? All of us. Ain't no just one. No, we all the same thing. Understand that. So let me get to this lesson. And people think that one person, that's a Christian concept. And I understand for 2,000 some odd years, that's all y'all been indoctrinated to. I don't study what y'all are indoctrinated. I studied before that. And y'all can do the same. But no, you better, blah, 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 blah. I'm not here competing. I'm just here to educate, enlighten, like I say, inspire, and motivate you to do something better for yourself. Moving on. The picture I just showed you displays what they call the paute of creation of the Anoyan theurgy, along with the underlying principles which sustain them. Again, they all had a purpose and a reason. Just like inside you, you have purpose and reason. Your job is to fulfill it. Paute means what? Company of God and goddesses, elements, philosophy, concepts, whatever, but they all reside in you. As explained earlier, again, we're in the second lesson, so you should got better understanding. But this time, most of my right thing, because y'all fluent in understanding what I'm talking about, hopefully. But now the paute refers to what? Creation itself. The elements, the concept that make life livable here. Before, heaven and earth was like this, okay, conceptually. Before we had anything, there was nothing. So God started making something. Air, we need that to breathe. Water, we need that to sustain. Earth, we need that to live on. Heaven, sky, we need that to everything control. So that's the 4 elements right there, 5 elements right there. They always been in play. That's always been how it's done, excuse me. But we gave them identity. So we can study, learn, and what? Emulate and be like them. Hence, become God-like. Watch this. So now, we done talked about creation. These are the deities, the gods of the paute, and they're 9 in number plus what? Ra makes 10. The creation and includes, you ready? I keep telling you about these guys. I'm going to run through it right quick. I hate going back and forth. Shu, air. Tafnu, moist air, water. Geb, the earth. Nu, heaven. Asar, ding, 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 ding. Spirit into the flesh, made human. So you got spirit and matter. That's human beings. That's us. And Haru, which is the spirit that's in me and you. Okay? That's what you want to make sure you get to know. And you got Asar, Aset. Set, right there. Set is the ego. Aset represents wisdom, intuition. That's her job. Asar, he's the spirit that creates man. So he's king. And when he passes on the test of Mayat to go into the underworld, he becomes king in the afterlife. Another story. But it's all about you. You are Asar, and your offspring is Haru. We are considered Asar's offspring. Anything in the flesh is his offspring. Moving on. So you got Set. He's the ego. Set and spirit don't get along. Moving on. Then you got Netet. She's the twin sister to Aset. Aset represents intuition, and she also represents immortality. Netet, her twin sister, represents mortality. You can't have one without the other. That's the original yin and the yang. They go together. And then at the end, there's Haru. That's me and you. But it's spirit. That's why. Moving on. Get that point across. I want to make sure. And Mayat, when you see Mayat tape, you see 2 twins. That's Aset and Netet. That's what Mayat represents what? Duality. You got to have a choice. Mortality, immortality. Your choice. You have the opportunity. Haru is the spirit, the female, the house that keeps Haru, the spirit, the body, female aspect. Then you got Tahuti, my favorite. He is not a person. He's the ibis-headed bird for a reason. The quality that the ibis head exhibit, the Egyptians used that to show thinking, that's what it's all about. Thinking, he represents God's mind, okay? These are all aspects that you can create for yourself, manifest, practice them. That's what they give you. That's what I call the blueprint, the layout. And you got Mayate, Haru, and Tahuti. But these are not part of the Paute itself. Why? Because they come before that. Mayat represents duality. Haru is the spirit, and Tahuti is the mind, conscious, the bird brain, the bird head man. Ra, that's the falcon head bird. Haru, me and you, got the falcon head. You never see him as a kid, you see him in human form. Prince Lot, when he grew up, he become Haru, the great Haru-er. Moving on, good lessons. But this is all life lessons. I love that. I feel like it's me. I feel like all these is in me. I got all my guidance and guidance in me. I did that lesson a long time ago. But they, watch this, and they all subtle principles which support the existence. Again, aspects and elements. Now, Anubis, y'all know him as Anpu. Now, Anpu is the result from the spirit in nature, mortality, which is represented by Nethet. Asar and Nethet get together, their offspring is Anubis. Okay? He is not a direct production of the Anubian theory. Excuse me. creation myth. Why? Because the Paiute company god and goddesses, however, he's strongly related to the company of gods as what? A product of the mating of two members of the company, spirit, asar, nature, mortality, Nefet. And together, spirit and mortal life reads what? Represents instinct as what? Well as a purified mind. Anubis represents your discernment, your ability to recognize bullshit from truth. Cut it straight to the dry. I've been doing Anubis since I've been on the street slinging bags of weed, knowing good from bad, right from wrong. I could spot who was who. I was a bad guy. I know who was bad. I know who's not. Now, as a good guy, I flipped it. I know just as many who perpetrate the good and bad. I see y'all too, real clear. That's my third eye vision. But the whole concept is all this is going on inside you, and a purified mind has got to be able to distinguish right from wrong. So he played a major role. So he is a new principle added on, emanating from the creation itself. And that represents another basic human mind at a level of what? Instructional behavior, but not intellect or intuition. He represents something different. Your discernment being sharp as it should be, you will know right from wrong instinctively, okay? And he expresses what they call the canine cosmic force. He with the dog here, okay? And he represents instinct, animals, and senses what? Awareness, as well as a correct discernment between what? Right and wrong, okay? I got that ability. I had that a long time ago. Just used it for a different purpose. Again, not the more glorious or noble purpose. I just used it to survive on the street corners. Okay, doing wrong. Okay, so I know that now. But watch this. This right discernment is important. Why? And it is a necessary attainment for anyone who wants to enter into what they call the obelisk and start your journey in what? Up the tree of life. We climb the tree of life. Some people in Masonic, they climb Jacob's ladder. Okay, it's all the spinal cord, 33 steps. Okay, all the symbolical. But the tree is a whole different concept. It's all spiritual. All right, and the journey of what? Self-knowledge. Ding, 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 and acquire enlightenment. When you master each aspect of your character, you will have reached self-mastery. You akus, you're an enlightened being. And you see people who are engulfed in the religious faith they believe and they live it, they walk, talk different, don't they? Those who perpetrate, you can see them coming a mile a minute. So again, it haven't changed, the same thing. Moving on. But as a half-brother, because they got the same father, okay? Asar is the father of Anubis and Haru. Okay, moving on. But they had a cartoon when I was coming up, Speed Racer. He had a brother, Racer X. Always wore black, always in the background, but he always protected Haru. Speed Racer. That's Anubis. That's the part in you that's protecting you. You his little brother. He's the big brother to you. So he's the aspect that say, no, don't do that. Go that way. Another discerning GPS aspect of your character. And if you master that, you won't make so many damn mistakes. Why? You see them before they happen. And as the half-brother of Haru, and an aspect of him, Anpu, Anubis, is also an aspect of what they call the preparation. The is a preparatory step needed. You need to have this quality before engaging in your further studies of the first main principle on the tree of life that allows your vertical movement to reach upward. You have to master every level to go to the next level. It goes like this. Okay, zigzag. Why get one, get the other, get the one. But it's a life-changing experience. If you practice it, you'll see the difference. In order to successfully complete your journey in life, okay, everyone, not some, everyone needs to what? Evolve spiritually. So the characters, which is aspects of the myth that we tell you about of creation and their various forms or interaction with each other are in reality what? An elaborate mystic code. Okay? Oh yeah, there's a reason behind it. And everybody won't understand it. Again, like a good joke. Everybody won't get it, but those who understand will get it. Same thing here. But it's an elaborate code. An elaborate mystic code, okay? Relating to the areas of what? All human consciousness, spelled with the C-O-N, science. Here we go again. Learning the difference between conscious here and conscious here. Moving on, which need to be developed. They got to become one in order to grow spiritually. Heart-mind coherence. I call it that. That's my little personal. I did that 10 years ago. But that was my concept of what they just said. Spirit and consciousness come together. That's heart and mind. And the first thing, right, thinkers, you need to understand is that we notice when the divinities of the ancient Egyptian creation is based on the teachings of what we call Anu. Anu means the first time. The Anunnaki. You hear the Mesopotamian. Again, everybody have a philosophy. Everybody got a concept. I don't knock nobody. I made my choice and I stuck with the commission. All right. But everybody got an idea. But Anu means the first time. Or is placed in a hierarchy fashion, which is based on the order of creation, and by Ra, which is the mystic significance in that they are arranged in accordance. This ain't haphazardly. God is conscious with their level of cosmological density and psychic relevance. Density here refers to what? Their order and their subtlety. How subtle are they? And the elements, again, the sun, fire, air, ether, rain, Nut, Shu is air that we breathe, Nut is the water that comes from above, Geb is earth that we walk on, and Nut, heaven, that's where we all want to go. Why? Because she covers the earth. That's what they call the firmament. Again, lesson past that. But all these are elements composed by Ra. And the first principle, which emerged out of what? The primeval water. The first principle, he is the subtlest singular principle of creation himself. The focus of oneness as individual divine conscious spelled with the science in time and space. That's the heart. The ocean itself, when used as a metaphor, transcends time and space. Why? It was here before anything else. It's always here, water. Okay, and is beyond the existence of what we call non-existence. Why? Ra is the first essential principle to emerge out of what they call the undifferentiated essence, the noon, and his emergence signifies what? The beginning of existence, aka time, the Big Bang Theory, whatever you want to call it, but it came into physical concept. Before then, it was all the mind. The universe is mental. Why? God thought that all up. So it's all consciousness. God is spirit and consciousness. We keep humanizing God. I ain't got time for that. Let me wrap this up. I see the clock. I'm gonna do these as short lessons. Just the first answer, the first two questions I got answered. I'm gonna leave the next one. I'm gonna stop here. I'm gonna come back with the main God and goddesses that make up the Anunnaki tree of life. Break it down so I hope you get an understanding so you can really practice it and understand it the way it's intended. In closing, right thinkers, may you all live to be 100, me, 100 minus a day. So I never know my right thinkers who learning the Anunnaki theology who passed away. I'll be right back.